Hi, today we are doing a deep hamstring stretch practice, going really deep into the muscles in the back of the thighs. This can really help also release tight discomfort in the low back. All you need is a yoga strap. I am using a belt from a rope. So if you don't have a strap, a towel, a sweater, a belt will work. Let's start on our back. And let's start with the knees to the chest. We just want to release kind of the tightness in the low back. It's a good time to just notice how your low back is feeling right now. Making circles around the tailbone. And throughout this practice, I'm going to ask you to be very mindful of your body. We are not forcing. We are respecting our limitations. We want to improve the flexibility and the range of motion and those hamstrings without getting injured. And here, just to see how you're feeling right now, see if you can extend your legs. And maybe they don't want to extend, we're not forcing. You can bend your knees here. Take a mental picture of where your legs are. Maybe they're right here, maybe here, here. Okay, doesn't really matter. And from here, we're gonna get into a bridge. So heels close to the hips, inhaling, pulling, lifting the hips up, and we're gonna walk the feet and knees together. Squeeze, 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 squeeze those inner thighs, squeeze those legs. And then walking the feet apart, pushing the hips higher. Halfway down, inhale, exhaling lift. Inhale down, exhaling lift. And as we're doing this, we are contracting those hamstring muscles here. We are warming up the hamstring. Also, a muscle that contracts can stretch a bit deeper. Hold it up. We're going to do 4 more on each leg. So we can have one leg up, or option to do 8 with both feet down. Down and up. 2, 3, 4. If you're on one leg, switching side. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Placing the strap under the foot. So make sure it's just below your toes, so it's not in the center of the foot, not in the arch, but towards the toes here. And what you want to do is keep the same alignment in your low back. So we press the tailbone down, shoulders down. You have a tiny arch in your low back. And we want the knee straight. Maybe your leg is right here, and that's fine. Maybe you can bring it a bit higher, that's fine. Go to a place where you feel tightness and discomfort without pain, and you don't want to be struggling and forcing. Okay, so find a place where the hamstring is long, so the knee straight, but we're not forcing. Elbows are extended. Sometimes I see this, where the elbows bent, so climb your strap, pressing the shoulders down. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling, let's pull into the strap gently. Imagine you're pulling your leg down towards the ground. Inhaling nose. Exhaling slowly through the nose, pulling into the strap a little bit more. And we're going to hold it here, allowing your body to feel safe and to relax so that the muscles can release and lengthen. Option to hold it here or to extend the right leg down towards the floor. Keep slightly pulling into the strap. Big breath in through the nose. Very gently pushing the heel up, toes down. From here, strap into the right hand and keeping the left low back into the floor. See if you can move this left leg in 2 inches and up towards your left shoulder 1 inch. You may feel the stretch more towards the outside of your hamstring. I know it's a bit uncomfortable. See if you can relax into this position. Back to center. Big breath in. As we exhale, maybe going deeper, a few inches. What we're going to do now is bring the left foot diagonal. So it's going towards the back of the room and to the side. So just side angle here. This time you can bend your elbows, holding to the strap close to your chest. Big breath in. Exhaling, releasing the strap a little bit. We keep going further side, so down and back. And if you get to a place where you can place your left elbow to the floor and rest your leg onto your hand, that's even better. You want to make sure that your right shoulder, right hips are still into the mat. Very slowly, halfway up until the sole of the foot is facing the ceiling, and we bend the knee. So knee is outside my rib cage, and see how my foot wants to face away from me. So I want the foot to face up. Now keep pressing down into the strap. Now we're working more into the hip socket. And both feet up. Pulling on the legs, and notice the difference between your right and left leg. Releasing the left leg to the floor. Starting again with the right knee extended. So maybe your leg is right here. Maybe it's a bit higher. Doesn't matter. Keep it extended. And find a place where you feel some tightness and discomfort without the pain. Big breath in through the nose. Exhaling, pressing your shoulders down, pulling on the strap. Connecting with the breath. Big breath in. As we exhale, pushing the heel up, toes down. We keep pulling into the strap. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the nose. Big breath in. As we exhale, option to extend the left leg down to the floor. Now keeping the right low back, right hip into the floor, moving the right foot 2 inch in and 1 inch up. So in and up, in and up. maybe deeper, maybe not. Back to center. Now moving the leg to the outside, to the right, and towards the right shoulder. Maybe resting this leg on your right hand. And slightly back to center. Gonna keep the sole of the foot facing up as we bend the right knee. And moving the foot back so that the sole of the foot is facing up. Putting the strap down. Imagine you want your right knee to reach towards the floor. And releasing up, both legs up. And now you may notice a difference. When you first started the class, maybe your knees bent here, maybe they are extended. Maybe you can even lift a bit closer to your shoulders. Tailbone is still pressing down. We want to avoid lifting the tailbone off the floor. Pushing the heels up, toes down. And now opening the feet a bit wider, a bit wider. So, well, actually, let's come back to center. Imagine your legs are against the wall. Actually, I'm going to show you against the wall, because we don't want the feet to go back down towards the floor. So you can do it just where you are or against the wall. And from here, we just open the legs sideways. So we always also stretching a bit of the inner thighs. Slowing down the breath. And just noticing how each breath, each exhale brings some relaxation and release in the muscles. And using your hands, maybe bring the legs back up. Rolling to one side, sitting up, strap under the feet. I'm going to start with the knees bent. And maybe some of you are right here leaning into the strap. So what you want to do, if this is the case, you can slightly bend your knees. Place your hands behind you and push away from the floor. Maybe sit onto a pillow so that you're not leaning back. Okay, ideally you want the shoulders over the hips. So feel free to bend your knees. If you're here already, maybe you can extend to the knees a little bit. What we're going to do is inhale, lengthen to the spine. Exhaling, we push the chest forward, tailbone back, holding it here. And then just relaxing forward, rounding the back. And strap under the feet, this time pushing the chest forward, pressing the shoulders back, lengthening to the spine. Gonna end with a stretch for the low back, so the low back can really release. Bending the knees, scooping the hips to the right, and dropping the knees to the left. If your knees are floating into the air, it's a good idea to place a blocker pillow underneath the knees and or between the knees. If your right shoulder is lifting off the floor, see if you can twist. I like to really think about bringing the right side of my ribs into the floor and maybe gaze to the right. Feeling the release in the lower back. I also like to place my left hand onto my right thigh. And back to center. Scooping the hips to the left, dropping the knees to the right. Pressing the left shoulder into the floor. Gazing to the left. Finding release in the low back. And let's roll to one side. Bring yourself into seated position. Any of those stretches are great to practice on a daily basis. Just one stretch. Grab your strap, get on your back, and stretch once a day before going to bed. This will over time really help lengthen those tight hamstrings, provide more room for the low back, improve your posture. If this was your first time with me, remember to subscribe by clicking the bottom right corner of the screen. Until next time, namaste.